To make a Formula One driver, a Grand Prix driver, it doesn't take too long to get in, but that is not the important time. The important time is once you have arrived at being a Formula One driver to be a top driver. And this takes a few years. I think to be a really good one, it takes 3 years.
3 years to be good. Jackie Stewart had not been mistaken. 3 years of gathering triumphs and exploits. 3 years during which his smile was always beaming with joy. The young prince had entered the royal path his prestigious partner had opened for him. He was cheered every time he was seen. He now belonged to the circle of the very best. He was the ruling Dauphin, the crown prince. He'd been born a prince. He was to become a king because Formula One wanted it that way.
In his last year driving for me, I particularly remember at the Nürburgring where they finished first and second, and I remember Jackie coming to me after the race and saying that Francois could have passed him any time that he liked. He said Francois was quicker than he was. But being the genuine person that he was, he stayed behind Jackie because he knew that the following year was going to be his year.
And then there was a new Grand Prix in the United States. But this time, death was going to catch him napping on the exact place that life had given him that most beautiful kiss. In cold lightning, death gave him that frozen kiss. On Saturday, October the 6th, 1973, the blue of his eyes flew away. It's inconceivable to me to be a racing driver and to fear an accident or death. I've accepted once and for all that I'm taking important risks. I know perfectly I could kill myself. That's the word. You must choose. I've decided to be a racing driver because I love it. And it includes the possibility for me to have an accident which could be lethal. If I now start fearing that accident, if I'm afraid of dying, I'm going to decide not to race anymore. The only thing I live for, totally, is racing. It's not a boring life for me. I've made my choice.
It was excellent. We have a very good rapport. We trusted each other well. It was not just a work relations, but it was a friendly relation in everywhere. It's very sad. I mean, there are drivers and drivers, but when a driver is very close friend of you, it's much more harder.
For 6 days just before his accident at Watkins Glen, we spent a wonderful holiday together, just Helen, Francois and I. And I suppose I had been involved in many, many motor racing accidents, had seen many people die and have certainly lost many friends. But Francois' accident really was the last straw. It was the last thing that could happen to me really in motor racing.
We'll never know what exactly happened on that morning in Watkins Glen. We'll never understand why the God of Men abandoned him. It always looked life into the depths of its eyes. We only know that a huge pit was suddenly opened and that there remained a heavy silence.
It's impossible to forget him. He was such an interesting character. And unfortunately, when anyone mentions the name Watkins Glen to me, I remember him.
In our memories, a wonderful smile, an infinitely blue-eyed look will always remain. When told that we loved his good manners, he answered, "Well, I hope that I will die well for you." He died like a lord. You know, I enjoy all moments of my life. I've made my choice.